What is up? It is Jordan from Buy 9 to 5 helping you say goodbye to your 9 to 5. And I'm pretty excited. It's NFL Day today, the first full slate of NFL games. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm a football fan. I enjoy watching it. So excited for that. And girlfriend's going to make some chili and some chips and queso today. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. And today I was just going to talk about, that's kind of going to be the theme of the video here. So I'm just going to give you guys some examples of the kinds of things you can do to take advantage of the fact that football season is here, and just give you some ideas about like how many possibilities there are just within one little tiny niche. So you know that people are going to be searching for football a lot today. It's probably going to be today and this week is probably going to be the most that you're going to search for football, right? And so I'm just going to kind of give you guys some ideas here of what you can do to start like building your channel literally today, just based off of football and the fact that football is going to be going pretty much viral today because it's the first week of the season and everyone's searching for it and everything like that. And these are the type of tactics I teach in my course as well. So I have the Make Money on YouTube course, which can give you all the blueprint you need to get started, and then the advanced masterclass that will literally teach you how to get an instantly monetized channel today and teach you how to edit, which you may need to do for what I'm teaching with this particular video that I have today, because it's going to be about highlights and stuff, and sometimes you need to edit the highlights because there's music in them and things like that that might catch the duplication match filter. So teach you how to get around all of that in the advanced masterclass. Make Money on YouTube course still $115, and that's going back to $145 tomorrow, and then the advanced masterclass is $145 right now, and that's going back up to $175 tomorrow. So if you want in, last day on the 30-day sale for both of those. So go ahead and jump into those. But so many things you can do here, guys, if you think about it. So first of all, a lot of people are going to be searching for what happened this week, right? So it's very easy to literally go on YouTube and find some highlights, right? Find some highlights for this week. So you can start out and go NFL Week 1 highlights. And a couple ways you can go about this. You're probably going to find a bunch of highlight videos already done for this week. And so, it might even come from like freaking CBS or NFL.com or whatever. If it does come from those sources, probably going to need to edit it a little bit, and that's where my advanced masterclass will come in for you. But it'd be, you could literally get a video, and I've done the same thing. And so you literally could find, Week 1 NFL highlights, and you could either find them already done, or you could just find some of the main highlights and kind of put them together very, very simply. And, people are going to be searching like crazy for NFL Week 1 highlights, because everyone's excited about football first week, right? So one way you could do it is literally just do, a Week 1 highlights video. Whether you find that, whether you make it, whatever. So that's going to do really, really well. And then number 2, you could do just players. So you could do highlights of Cam Newton for Week 1. Week 1 Cam Newton highlights. And then, so that way you could do more than one video. You could do tons of different videos. You could do Cam Newton Week 1 highlights, Aaron Rodgers Week 1 highlights, Antonio Brown Week 1 highlights, and you could just keep on going like that. And then, so that's another thing that you can do. So you could do NFL Week 1 highlights, then you could, throughout the week continue to upload different player highlights. Another thing you can do is go by teams. And again, you can either find these, or you can just kind of find one by play, and then just like kind of put them together into your own little video, which is also easy to do. Or you can just find something already done, and then try to upload it. If it gets caught by the filter, just edit it a little bit, and then you'll be good to go. So sometimes you have to do that, find a video, upload it, it gets found by the filter, but it doesn't give you strike or anything. And then you're able to take it back down, make a small edit to it, upload it again, and then see if it goes through the filter, which is all the things I teach in my course. But another thing you can do is do team highlights. So this one works well. I've seen a lot of people do this on a lot of different sports. So you could do Chiefs Week 1 highlights. And then you could do Patriots Week 1 highlights. Or you could do, like Chiefs vs. Chargers Week 1 highlights. And then just kind of do highlights from every single game one by one. So that way people that are searching for their favorite team's highlights are going to get that. And you make sure that it's titled correctly. The thumbnail shows an HD quality picture of the Chiefs and the Chargers, and that it's, clear that it's Week 1, 2018. And so that's another thing you can do. So you got full Week 1 highlights as a video, right, that a lot of people are going to be searching for. And then you could have player highlights for a bunch of different players. So now you have almost unlimited freaking videos to post for the week. And then team highlights, so then you can find highlights from each particular game, split those up. And that could be from all the full Week 1 highlights where you just cut team by team by team. And then upload that as each video. So say you find a 10-minute video that has highlights of, all 16 games or whatever that are going on today. And then you can just throw it in an editor and then cut out each particular game. So they'll show probably one game, and then the next game, and the next game, and the next game, cut out in 3 or 4 minute segments. So cut out every one of those 3-minute parts, which won't take long at all. And now you have, 16 different videos that you can upload. And that way, any single person looking for their favorite team from Week 1 is going to find your video. And that's a really good way. I've seen a lot of people be successful doing that. A fourth thing you could do is find videos that give fantasy football advice. A lot of people, especially, FanDuel and things like that, are actually trying to make a bunch of money, by betting on sports games. FanDuel and things like that have made it really easy to bet on fantasy football, bet on teams winning, things like that. And then a lot of people obviously are just interested in fantasy football. I am as well. Just to try to beat their friends or whatever else. And so that's another thing that you can do there is find videos where they're giving fantasy football advice. And again, some of those are probably going to come from, TV shows and, crap like that, ESPN and stuff like that. But, like ones where it comes from a podcast or whatever, you're probably going to be able to get away with reposting that, especially if you get the Advanced Masterclass and you do what I teach you about how you can kind of edit it until it doesn't match the filter anymore, and then you're probably going to be good. And so, those are the type of things that I teach you in the course, but, that's 4 really solid ways that you can capitalize on Week 1 NFL to really build up your channel and start making some money with the instant monetized channel that I teach you in the Advanced Masterclass. But, so that's the thing is, especially, these are the type of days where you really need to get going, okay? Because I can tell you, you could literally get 5,000 to 10,000 subscribers this week if you do everything that I just told you. And if you have the instant monetized channel already, you could probably make a good freaking $3,000 to $5,000 this week doing what I taught you. So if you want to freaking get your channel up 5,000 to 10,000 subs this week, if you want to make freaking $5,000 this week, you should freaking get the courses, and you should do what I just told you. Week 1 highlights by player, Week 1 highlights by team, all 32 teams, and then, fantasy advice for Week 1, or fantasy advice for Week 2, obviously. And so those are the type of things that you need to be doing. And then you could do the fantasy highlight or the fantasy, advice every week, drop it Wednesday or something before they set up their lineups for the week. Things like that. So those are 4 different ways that I've seen a lot of people start building a sports highlights, right? Because I know some of the people in my course are trying to do the sports highlights. And that's the thing is, you'll just do vague ones. But a lot of the ways that I've seen people do sports highlights and start getting it growing is by capitalizing on big times. So they built their channel by starting with NBA Finals highlights, which is genius because people are looking for those NBA Finals highlights, and NBA Finals is when everyone's searching for NBA. And so that's what you need to do is at the beginning when you're trying to build up, the best way to do it is to capitalize on big times. So week 1 of the NFL, is a big time. I've seen successful people that just repost NASCAR highlights or people like NASCAR drivers talking and NASCAR drivers, doing press conferences, stuff like that. And they started on Daytona 500. And so that's the type of things you need to do because that's when it's the most popular. That's when everyone's searching for it. That's when everyone's going to find you. That's when everyone's, the most interested in that particular sport. So you need to capitalize on those moments. That's how people build those sports highlights channels. They'll start on the Super Bowl or they'll start on week 1 of the NFL season. Start on the NBA Finals and start posting NBA Finals highlights videos, Super Bowl highlight videos during the Super Bowl, right after the Super Bowl. With previews right before the Super Bowl, things like that. And then this is the same thing I'm talking about. It's week 1. Everyone's searching for their favorite team, favorite players, favorite, highlights, everything. So right now is when you need to start a highlight video if you wanted to do that, start a highlight channel. Now's the time to get going with that. So those are the type of things that I like to do. You need to catch the trends, whatever's hot, whatever's popular, whatever people are searching for, that's what you need to do. So that's it for this one. Last day for the $30 off on the YouTube. Make money on YouTube is $115. It's usually $145. And the advanced master class is $145. It's usually $175. And they'll both be going back up tomorrow. But I want to help you guys out since it is Sunday, and I want you guys to capitalize on this NFL season. So that's it for this one. I'm out. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace.